Hello, everybody. I just, we got a pursuit going on. We got a fresh stolen out of Washington County. I don't know where this pursuit is. But this is breaking news in the Twin Cities metro right now. It is snowing. We've gotten snow in southern Minnesota, northern Minnesota, and now it's the metro. We even got plows out. Looks like, I don't know if that's MnDOT or county. Looked like a MnDOT truck. We're currently in Hennepin, Plymouth. I wanted to go live for this breaking news. It is snowing. People are freaking out because apparently we don't get snow in Minnesota. We have about half an inch on the grassy areas. When this band moves through, it's going to be over. Yeah, definitely hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, we have fresh stolen. I posted it up on my X, formerly known as Twitter account. The current look on 494 North, coming up to, I think this is Rockford Road.
Back towards Lynn.
Coming to Linda on County Road 5. And we're good.
We've had a couple reports of spinouts in the metro area.
Did you say trees blocking the Lynn?
People apparently have forgotten how to drive. Current temperature outside is going to be 32 degrees, so we're sitting right at freezing. We're in the western suburbs right now.
Head for it. Got it at it.
But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here. I haven't been on in a while. I haven't been live, so I figured I'd come on here with the breaking news. Make sure you guys, you know, it's Minnesota. come to Illinois, worst driving there. The roads really aren't that bad. We do have a pursuit going on somewhere in Minnesota. But again, as always, tomorrow morning is going to be the worst during rush hour. We're not expecting to get a whole lot of snow. But I just wanted to come on here and show you guys what's out here in the metro. You can always check MnDOT cameras. And kind of see what it's like around the metro, around the whole state. But yeah, we're sitting right at 32 degrees here. Thank you, Marion. Yeah, if you guys haven't, Marion, if you want to drop a link to your YouTube channel, if you guys go over there and subscribe to her, she's starting up a new channel, which seems like it'll be a nice break from the stuff I cover. Vibe with Mike as well. Marion, if you want to drop the link to your channel, that way people can go over and subscribe. There's always promoting new channels, so that's always kind of nice break from all the harsh news, right? There's Ralphie.
northbound, shaved head driver, appears to be male, Hispanic.
Hey, go back to anyone, Marion, that starts a channel. The first videos are always horrible. I mean, even mine. I hate my first videos, right? You're always growing and learning, so you got to build an audience. But yeah, we do have an active pursuit going on right now in the county. Chopper more than likely is grounded because of the snow.
From 101, pursuit was at 60 miles an hour speed, and that was the only thing, correct?
We're coming up to the 494, 94 exchange here in Maple Grove. We're going to be heading east on 94, 694. Heading towards Brooklyn Park. The roads are, for the most part, wet. Yeah, Chopper was out earlier today. We had a bunch of helicopters out earlier today. We had Lifelink, North Air Care, Minnesota State Patrol was out. It was night for choppers. But now that the snow's moved in, I think Lifelink is the only one that'll fly right now. Completely different helicopters will fly in completely different weather. Is it icy up north? Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos coming out of northern Minnesota. What, 3-4 inches on the ground up there. I think southern Minnesota had a bunch of snow where they were having a lot of issues. We've kind of been spared here in the metro area. So this is the first significant snowfall. There's another MnDOT truck out. So MnDOT is on it. And we have just dropped to 31 degrees. But we are going to get pretty cold tonight. We're going to warm up later this week. I talked to Capital Transparency today. I don't know if he's going out tomorrow night. Also, Streets of St. Paul has been out covering a lot of St. Paul info that's been going on. There was a shooting in a home. There's a double shooting. St. Cloud had a double shooting. Both those double shootings happened Friday. So a lot of information coming out, which I'm really glad. Streets of St. Paul is covering a lot of stuff in St. Paul. So if you guys haven't had a chance and you're not subscribed to Streets of St. Paul, please check out this channel.
I was on the wrong name. I've been out from Cambridge. 2220.
Yeah, it was you're right, Marianne. That was a Halloween shooting that happened at a party, and he was out at that. So if you guys want to know what's going on in St. Paul, Streets of St. Paul is definitely, he's getting to what he can get to, which I'm really happy he's out there. I am actually supposed to be mowing grass tomorrow. We'll see. We'll kind of see how this is going. It's been snowing here for probably the last 30 minutes or so, I'm guessing, here in the metro area. The last band is moving. It's 2 bands. This is the last one that's getting ready to move through. So just went over 81.
Number 2221.
Come on, Ralphie. This is Minnesota. We can mow grass and blow snow at the same time. I'll put the snowplow in the front of the lawnmower and mow and plow the snow and mow the grass. It's called multitasking. Earlier today, we had a rollover in Plymouth. Hey, Pamela. Hyundai or Kia getting stolen. When are they not stolen? Oh, also, TC Nighthawk Tags is a new startup company that I've been working with. They sell a tracking device, and this tracking device is pretty cool. They have drone pilots. They also have some locations offer recovery units. It's a pretty cool system. It's rolling out for $300. I have a promo code that you can use, and you'll get I don't even remember what it is. I mean, for me, it's not about the money. For me, it's about getting these vehicles recovered and getting, the victims their vehicles. Because let's be honest with it, your vehicle is your life, and but I'm going to be putting some videos together. I'm working on a commercial now that work has slowed down for them. But it's a great company. I've worked a lot with the CEO and president of the company. Super great company. We're trying to get it out there. I'm also working with them to get video once their takes go out. So basically, it's kind of cool. It's a system, and you put it anywhere in your car and you hide it. Because one thing we're finding with these stolen vehicles is people or the kids are ripping out any GPS tracking out of the car. So, like, for instance, on my truck, it's a GM product. It has OnStar, so they have ways to disable that. With this system, it not only uses GPS, it uses Bluetooth, and it uses Wi-Fi to get these locations. So it's a pretty awesome system that it locates, and you can hide this anywhere in your car, which is phenomenal. And so they don't know what's in the car, right? And the minute it gets stolen, you make the phone call, they start tracking it down. Yes, Ralphie, it will work with your bus pass. You can actually hold it in your hand or throw it in your pocket, and if you're lost or stolen, Ralphie, you just call and they will locate you. And if a recovery team is available in the area, you'll even get a recovery team to come out and recover you. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome setup. I'm gonna cruise through here. The other night there was a shooting at this hotel, or not hotel, sorry, apartment, in the parking lot. no one was hit. We couldn't get any cars. I think I got, again, that was all posted on Twitter or X, right here at the Crust Apartments here in Brooklyn Center. So that shooting happened here. Actually, right here, kind of at the entranceway. It was an attempted robbery and shooting. So and then during that call over there by the old Target that closed down here in front of us, apparently there's kind of a little mini shopping center that kind of branches off. You'll see here in a second, a little shopping center right there. There was people on the roof that the State Patrol helicopter spotted. It was pretty interesting. I talked to a Brooklyn Center cop, and he confirmed it wasn't related to the shooting, and he's like, oh, that's just normal Brooklyn Center stuff. So a lot of stuff is happening out here, and because of the encryption, we don't hear about it. One thing, Bloomington went encrypted. I did meet with one of their, I think, commanders or lieutenant, something. So the encryption is dangerous to officers because, and you can hear how quiet the radio is. We're monitoring Hennepin County Fire, State Patrol East and West, LTAC and MTACs. So it's don't want to say the Q word too much, but not that busy. So we're taking some side streets here in Brooklyn Center. But they told me that so if there's an incident with State Patrol, this is how messed up this is. With the encryption, they have to have a Bloomington officer stand with a state trooper, so that the Bloomington officer can relay from his radio traffic to the trooper, then the trooper can relay on State Patrol what's going on. That's how great this encryption is working for law enforcement. So we're heading on Bass Lake Road towards Crystal. Pretty sure they had a red. I mean, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say they had a red light. So, you know, it's snowing out, right? Like, people lose their damn minds. I'd expect that in Minneapolis.
Engine 3. Respond to allergic reaction. Our fountains in the Park Apartment 5700 building. At 5700, 73rd Avenue North. Unit 308 Brooklyn Park. Cross Streets of Regent Avenue North and 74th Avenue North. Time out 22:29.
We're actually not far from that. So yeah, this definitely does not compare to the snowstorm, the Halloween snowstorm, that if you were alive for that, you definitely have that ingrained into your memory. But you can see here in the residential areas where the snow is definitely blanketing the grass. I should get a Tesla. Actually, one of my clients, pretty good friend of mine, he has a Tesla. And I'll be honest with you, I am thoroughly impressed with his Tesla. And he was telling me I should get electric pickup. Unfortunately, the Ford Lightning has a ton of problems. The range on it is horrible. It sucks pretty bad. But GM is coming out with one with the Chevy and GMC version. It's supposed to be a lot better. But I'm still not sold on Minnesota. We get too many extremes. We get the extreme heat and we get the extreme cold. And electric vehicles aren't very friendly when it comes to that. I think it's like, you know, a Tesla is like any other type of vehicle, right? They have a purpose for what you have it for, right?
84.
Eden Prairie has a Tesla squad, and there's only 1 or 2 officers that drive it. But yeah, I mean, I know there's some people out in California that have them, like auditors and cop watchers and stuff. But he drives from Lakeville to Mankato every day for work. So for him, the Tesla is definitely worth it. But for me, a Tesla is not a feasible option. I have to have a truck for work. I have not slid at all on the roads at all. They just seem real wet. That's about it. And we're still holding steady at 31 degrees. It got super windy here before the snow came. We were probably getting 40 plus mile an hour wind gusts. It was pretty crazy wind. It was almost like thunderstorm wind. Oh yeah, the bridge is all covered. But I don't know if you guys could see that if the camera picked it up. Bemidji, you guys have been getting hit hard with things. I talked to a officer up at Bemidji PD, I think a captain or assistant chief, and he was telling me... And there's north up there.
104 St. Anthony. Cross streets are Stimson Boulevard northeast and Apache Lane northeast. Time, R2235.
So they were telling me that Bemidji is as busy as Duluth. I didn't realize Bemidji was that busy. And I don't believe they're encrypted up there, so we might be doing a live on patrol up in Bemidji. What do I have on my dash? Let's get a little bit of snow in the center median here. We're on Zane right now. yeah, with all the stuff that's been happening in Bemidji, I might need to head up there. I actually have a video right here at this bus stop from a few years ago. So that is North Memorial Ambulance with the super bright flashing lights. Fire is leaving. There's a guy walking up, he can't even see, he's like holding his arm in front of his eyes. Alright, let's look at the comments here. Yeah, in Red Lake there's a dispensary, but apparently the state doesn't recognize that dispensary as a state-sanctioned dispensary, so I don't know how that works. Marijuana is actually still classified as a Class 1 narcotic by federal law.
Ridge Apartment 6332 building at 6332 Fulton Avenue North. Unit 307 Brooklyn Park. Cross streets are 64th Avenue North and Cherokee. Drive north. Timeout.
There's Autumn Ridge right there in front of us. But they are all gated and we cannot get in there. So that is it for the snow. It looks like just a little bit of flurries, but it looks like this ban pushed through. I feel like I'm in St. Paul. That car's driving with no headlights on. So we're in Brooklyn Park. Still holding steady at 31 degrees. The ground isn't quite frozen yet, so my guess is most of the stuff will probably just be melted by tomorrow anyway.
59 184 just south Mass Lake. 341 from the deal.
So there's been a few shootings up here at this strip mall up here. There's just one last week. So this is a busy area. Sounds like there's a possible accident 494 just south of Bass Lake. probably not going to be out too late tonight. Just wanted to update you guys on the weather and let you know I'm alive. Still working with Hennepin County and the encryption out here. But we'll head back over there to 494 in Bass. We're not far from that one either. The bonus is, for not being in St. Paul, the roads are way better. I'm gonna have to give it to St. Paul. They hold the #1 spot for potholes. What do I think? I didn't even know about a hockey player that was killed. Ralphie would be the one that definitely follows hockey. Yeah, I didn't honestly even hear about that. Pro player.
The court information is in the
Got it, thanks.
2235.
Yeah, bridge is a little slippery. Not too bad. I mean, it's kind of typical Minnesota winter, right? Like, bridges and off-ramps get icy first. So according to that sign, only witches fly high, plan a sober ride. I don't know if you guys are watching MnDOT cameras, but if you see something on the traffic cam, 494 in Bass, we actually should have turned back there. I wasn't even thinking. We can, nice thing about clover leaves is we can definitely self-correct here. So I think most of the roads are tore up. Also, if you guys like to watch Live on Patrol with Bob, and you like to chat during it on YouTube, I would recommend watching Shoutout Girls. They restream Bob's Live on Patrol, and the chat is open, so if that's something that interests you, to be able to chat and interact with people. Check out the Shoutout Girls on YouTube as well. And yes, they have Bob Bingo. I think it's absolutely hilarious. And if you have suggestions for the bingo card, they are definitely open to suggestions. Drop them a comment, and we'll add things to the bingo cards every Friday night. And I know if Ralphie was in the truck, he'd be saying "we" a bunch of times here around the clover leaves.
In traffic, I told them to continue on, but they're just too busy chit-chatting on the side of the road.
Number.
2249.
So apparently, I think that was the call that we're going to. And
we're at 47 locals are on scene.
So locals are on scene.
Well, copy.
So it sounds like Plymouth is out. Probably Plymouth PD or Hennepin County Sheriffs are out at this already.
Unoccupied. 2249.
Not everyone has gone encrypted. Pretty much all of Hennepin County, besides Minneapolis, law enforcement's encrypted. Dakota County's encrypted. Scott County's encrypted. I've heard Stearns County's encrypted, so St. Cloud. I heard St. Louis County, so that'll be Duluth is next to go encrypted. But pretty soon we're going to lose all of law enforcement across the state, but it is actually across the country. So this is something I know California was kind of jumping on. They had I think a senator introducing a law to make law enforcement illegal to be encrypted, at least on the mains. I know that when Bloomington went encrypted, they got a bunch of requests from journalists, from like mainstream, to get access to it, and they have denied every single request. In fact, they went as far as telling me that you have to be fingerprinted and all this other stuff. I confirmed with the BCA that is not true. So there's a lot of things that now actually the encryption is a lot more dangerous. It's dangerous to the public, and it's also dangerous to law enforcement. They have a hard time communicating with each other with the encryption, and the public is unaware of what's going on. The encryption's coming from pretty much being pushed by the FBI. So if you trust the FBI, then you know, go for it. But back in the day, most people had scanners, and that's how they knew what was going on in their neighborhoods. So this is Bass and 494. This is where the call's supposed to be. So they might have gotten them off the interstate. Oh, nope, there they are. looks like Plymouth PD is out with them, but didn't see a car. You know, that is an argument that they use, that criminals monitor them. I talked to, actually, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think yesterday I was talking to a Brooklyn Center officer. In 19 years of him working in law enforcement, he encountered one criminal having a scanner that actually used it to monitor law enforcement. He is the only officer that I have talked to that has ever had an encounter with to have a scanner to monitor, to try and hear what's going on. That to me isn't worth the thousands and thousands of dollars to go encrypted. And when you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, Dakota County actually had to buy new radios for squads and base radios for the encryption, because they wouldn't accept the encryption key. So yeah, it costs taxpayers tons of money. The medical industry actually, for different ambulance services, North, Hennepin, Alina, and their mains are not encrypted, so we can monitor their mains, and we can also monitor fire main. And I mean, that's how I got up to that kid that got shot in his head. I think it was the spring up in Brooklyn Park, because I heard it come across the fire main. They do have access to SWAT channels being encrypted, which no one has issues with that, but the mains are the other issue. And it's public data, right? Like all of the radio traffic is public data, even though it's encrypted. So I know when Jai was running for sheriff of Hennepin County, he was talking about unencrypting the mains and or putting them on a delay. Also, FlightAware, or there's various apps you can use to monitor the helicopter and airplane too, right? That's another way we can find out when things are going on. We're just missing key links. The shooting at Mall of America with the suspect, I was able to get the description of the suspect, and thank you, Marion, for the car in the ditch. Maybe on traffic cam.
Either just as a wood shop of the road exit after the end of the bridge.
That's where we're actually heading right back up to now.
257.
Oh, Chicago's a half-hour delay. Yeah, we were able to get the description out to the public from that shooting well before Bloomington was able to put out the description. So we could, let the community know, eyes and ears. There's way more community than there is law enforcement looking for this person. That trooper is cutting in and out without turn signals, and so that's a huge problem for the community, not being able to know what suspect descriptions are you know. See if we can see where this... Oh, that car is definitely down in the ditch. They are way down in the fence. I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't know if the camera got it, but they are way down in the ditch. Yeah, I don't know how they spun out. I mean, we went right through there, and the roads are not slippery at all. The only thing I can think of is they hit the side of the road. Bad tires. That's another thing. Make sure you got good tires, right? 90% of the time, it's tires. Texting. Yeah, could have been texting. Well, yeah, I found people drive either way too fast or way too slow, right? There's that happy median. But yeah, I think I'm kind of surprised. I thought we'd have a lot more accidents, but if you're going to venture out tomorrow morning, it's now dropped to 29 degrees. I know the temp's going to be dropping all night. It's going to be really rough. I don't think we're going to be able to see that car from over here. You might get lucky. Might get lucky.
Everyone.
No. Oh, can't see it from here.
Cancel it, hold it one or so back up finally. Number 2302.
But yeah, it's not too bad out. Just take your time. Remember what it's like to drive in the winter. I mean, we were just complaining a month ago because it was so hot. Make sure you got AAA.
Locals are on scene, and weekend 22.
Copy, thank you.
2303.
So if you're curious why I know the area so well, I work a lot in this area, so... That's how I know Hennepin pretty well. and I am completely lost when I get into St. Paul and Ramsey. We'll go down some back roads here and show you what it looks like. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of icy spots, snowy spots. It'll be icy in the morning. I know they're warning that, so just be careful. But yeah, I'm probably gonna call it a night here, but I appreciate everyone for being here. Yeah, we don't do chains, we don't do studded tires. Ralphie, thanks for being here. I'm still debating if I want to go out tomorrow. I think Capital Transparency is going to go out tomorrow. Work's slowing. Work's slowing down for me a little bit, so we should be able to be going live a little bit more. Picking up a schedule. I know I talked to Vibe with Mike. He said that, you know, obviously he's missing it too. I just was like insanely busy for a couple months. I appreciate all you guys for hanging in there. I really do. I've been putting out videos as much as I can. Also, I encourage you to get X or Twitter, because I will be putting out I put out stuff that it doesn't always make it to YouTube. Shoot. What's going on here? But yeah, I do put stuff out. Anything I put out on TikTok, I almost always put out on YouTube as well. So, both of those platforms usually get the same videos. There might be some things on TikTok that aren't on YouTube just because the copyright's different between the two platforms. But definitely things that don't make it for YouTube are on Twitter. Just depends on what it... oh, we got some snow on that bridge. Going over the railroad tracks there. But I can't be on all platforms. Picked up, I got 67.3 thousand followers on TikTok. We've got over 2,000 on Twitter.
Off on the 7th, we're completely stopped here, and we're not going to be able to move until the snow gets here.
Oh. Well, that sounds like a pretty good accident. So yeah, it's just different platforms are different things. But yeah, so I think the entirety of Minnesota has seen snow officially in October. I've heard that it's going to be a warm winter with a lot of snow, and then recently I've just heard it's not going to have so much snow. So believe what you want to believe, but just be safe, be prepared. I mean, it's Minnesota. If you've lived here, you know what it's like. So, but we're gonna go above freezing even for lows next week. Hey, shout out girls. I was just talking about your channel. If you guys get a chance, definitely check out Shout Out Girls. If you like watching live on patrol and you like to chat, definitely watch Shout Out Girls. And the bonus is the bingo card. So I find the bingo card is absolutely hilarious. But yes, we will be going live a lot more. Also, Streets of St. Paul has been covering stuff going on in St. Paul. So if you're interested in St. Paul news that's going on, Streets of St. Paul is another awesome channel. So shout out girls, Streets of St. Paul. What else do we got? North Central MN Press. He has been digging into an officer involved shooting that happened. If you guys remember, I put out an endangered child Amber Alert. Was it a couple months ago? I think it was the dad that actually had the child. Originated in Hennepin County, went up to Stearns County to St. Cloud, where there was a domestic. The female was out of the car. He ended up driving to.
2309.
He ended up driving up to Baxter, and the officer on their SWAT team ended up having what they're calling an accidental discharge, which would be negligent discharge for, you know, us peasants of the community that aren't law enforcement. They investigated themselves. He did receive a letter of reprimand, some time off, but he has been digging into that story non-stop. He's ran into a lot of problems with them denying data requests, but he has been digging into that story super hard. So if you like the Brainerd Baxter area, he is up there. Never planned on getting into it, but he digs into a lot of stuff up there. I haven't published the story yet that he's been working on, just because it's still, the information's evolving, but I will definitely get back to editing up a video on that as well. But yeah, those are the main ones we got here. iNews, if you guys don't follow, but iNews covers a lot of northern Minnesota and North Dakota news, so another great channel to subscribe to up there. I get a lot of information from what's going on in northern Minnesota from him. So yeah, I mean, we got some great channels here in Minnesota, and I encourage you guys to do more. Don't forget to check out Marion's channel too as well. She's starting completely different, which is awesome, because we need a break from, well, the stuff that we cover, sadly. Yes, Neil Carlson. I think he has another journalist that works with him as well that covers some stories too. But they cover a lot of great information and super non-biased reporting, right? Like the seeking the truth and facts. But yeah, I thought we were gonna have a lot more action though with the snow. But it seems like everyone's behaving. We'll see what tomorrow morning rush hour brings. I'm gonna drive down here to Parker's Lake, and that is where we are going to end the live stream. So if you guys got other things you want to say, oh hey, how's it going? Thanks for jumping in here. But yeah, the snow is pretty much out of western Hennepin County. Capital transparency as well. Yes, thank you, Pamela. I think he is going to go out tomorrow for Halloween. Parker's Lake is also where I did my first video over here at the workhouse, the men's and women's facility, and Hennepin County Dispatch. And I did not plan on having any interaction at all with law enforcement, and that literally turned into a cluster. Going to a penguin wedding tomorrow. Awesome. Well, have fun, Wanda. I hope you have fun. But for those of you that are familiar, this is Plymouth. We're at off County Road 6 and just west of 494. And no ice on the lake. There are some Canadian geese that are still floating around over here. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for being here. I wanted to let you know that, you know, we're, let's see if I can light them up here. I don't know if you guys can see the geese over there to the left. Or I'm sorry, the right of the screen.
Did you have traffic?
Yeah, because I have all this, Greg.
But,
2214.
let's see here. But yeah, this is Parker's Lake. Nice view tonight. Have fun at your penguin wedding tomorrow, Wanda. There they go. Looks like some mallards coming across here. Sorry, no penguins, but we do have some mallards. But the snow is officially over here. Drive safe tomorrow if you're heading out. Well, that's pretty much it. I think we're done for the night. Like a fish gift card? Yeah, I don't have any gift cards. But yeah, guys, stay safe, and hopefully I'll be out here more, and we'll be covering this area. Minnesota. Hopefully they don't keep shutting us out of Encryption. So you guys definitely stay safe. Wanda, have fun tomorrow at your wedding. Jason with Minnesota News Now, out.